Hey guys, it's your girl Shalae and I'm back today with a second stimulus check update video. In today's video, we are going to discuss the confirmation of the second $1,200 stimulus payment. We also are going to talk about unemployment as well as hazard pay, child support, SSI, Ssdi, you name it, we are going to talk about it. So if you want to know what is going on in the world, my darling, you already know what to do. Stay tuned. Your girl's got you covered. Now, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, I guess you're showing up late like our stimulus checks, okay? But I'm glad that you decided to come. All you have to do to be a part of my family is hit that big old red subscribe button down below and you're in just like that, honey. And while you're in it, go ahead and give me a like because you like me. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and jump directly into this second stimulus. Now, guys, we already know that it has been confirmed, but my question is, what took so long? If we were gonna wait 2 months, what happened to the very generous payments? Like, what in the world? But according to Treasury Secretary Mnuchin, he confirmed that the proposed second stimulus check will be the same as the first. We're talking about the same provisions as last time. So our proposal is the exact same proposal as last time. Okay, we've been on this rodeo before. The Senate Republican plan is likely to include payments for all dependents, not just children eligible for the first round, said a person familiar with the proposal. So that's a bit different from the first time because we know that if you were claimed as a dependent the first time, you were not included. So this is supposed to be for all dependents. So it doesn't matter if you're on SSI, Ssdi, if you are older, if you're a college student, it's supposed to be for all dependents. Now, it would give an advance of the refundable tax credit of $1,200 to qualifying Americans, plus an additional $500 for dependent children under 17 years old. Now, guys, we know, let's not act brand new, okay? The qualifications is income-based like it was the first time. Single filers who earn less than $75,000 a year will get the full benefit. Those who earn more, their check will be reduced by 5% of the amount they earned over $75,000. So if you got it the first time, you're definitely gonna get it the second time. Whatever amount you got the first time, you're definitely gonna get it the second time. Now, joint filers who earn less than $150,000 a year, you're gonna get the full benefit, and then your check will be reduced by 5% if you earn more than $150,000. Now, about these payments, because everybody's like, okay, well, now that they confirmed, girl, when do I get my check? The Treasury and IRS officials have not specified how fast the money may come. According to the IRS Commissioner, Charles Reddick, he said by using direct deposits, checks, and debit cards. Hello, debit cards. We're going back to the same debit cards. He said that this should accelerate the government's ability to make a large first batch of direct deposit payments. He said additionally, because they already have the information for people who don't file tax returns, including veterans programs, the Social Security Administration, they don't have to repeat all that work. Now, that is very interesting to me that we're going back to these debit cards, as well as he's stating that, hey, we have this information. We can get this money out like that. All right. If that is the case, why is there still about 5 million people that are waiting their first check, their first stimulus check? I mean, can we not do something to accelerate for them as well? And if we do approve it, are they going to have to wait? They won't get their checks to 2021. It'll be Easter. The Easter bunny will be there. What in the world? So we will see, guys. But as far as the checks, as of right now, the way it stands is even if you were claimed as a dependent, you will get $1,200. If you are on Social Security, you will get $1,200. If you were a VA, you will get $1,200. If you were a college student, you will get it. You get my draft? Majority of everyone was going to get it. And that even include like if you were married to immigrants. Now, I hope that they do not send this back to the people that are incarcerated, people that are deceased, but we will see. You know, according to the IRS commissioner, what do you think, guys? Do you think everything is going to do you think it's going to run like very smoothly, or do you think there's going to be some hiccups? We don't know. Alrighty here. So regarding unemployment, this week makes the 18th straight week that unemployment jobless claims have totaled more than 1 million. Now, it is unclear how Republicans would structure this unemployment plan to provide 70% wage replacement. So that is still an option out there that they're stating that 70%. Lawmakers chose the $600 per week sum in March. They stated that this rescue package was because they decided outdated state unemployment systems could not handle processing payouts for 100% of a worker's previous wages. Now, somehow you thought that, but there's still states that are awaiting unemployment. They still have these same outdated systems. Tell that to Oregon, Kentucky, New Jersey. These systems still exist. So I'm interested to see. As of Wednesday afternoon, the GOP was considering slashing the extra benefit from $600 to $100 for the rest of the year. I told you guys about that. That was reported on CNBC as well. Decisions have not been made exactly regarding unemployment. Now, Nancy Pelosi, she did tell the reporters that she's going to continue to push this $600 weekly payment. She says, when I go to the table, that commitment is for $600. And I agree 100%. Like, if you're gonna, we've waited for 2 months, and at this point, if you're gonna use the same criteria that was before, what were you discussing in these lunches and recess and brunch and, sleepovers? What was going on? Like, so you have to keep the $600. If the $600 was good in March when we received the first payment, to me, the $600 should be great in July. Like, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. I sound like my grandma when I just said that. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm old, I'm wearing old woman clothing. Maybe that's what it is. All right, so moving along. Well, I'm not going to say old because I know some of my subscribers. I'm seasoned, honey. Okay, I'm very seasoned. All right, there we go. All right, so speaking to CNBC after Mnuchin's comments, House Majority Leader Mr. Hoyer stated that 70% wage replacement is not the policy we ought to pursue. He said if we're going to ratchet that down, it ought to be over time. But he added that it's not a deal breaker. So what he's stating is like, hey, instead of us just trying to say, hey, 70%, let's do maybe they get the $600. A few weeks, after 8 weeks or 10 weeks, we go to $500. And I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. And whatever they decide, guys, this is just a draft. So even we're still awaiting Mitch McConnell's, his draft, his football draft to come out. Once that does come out, then we'll see exactly. And then the negotiations will really start. So still not set in stone, okay? But I'm interested to see who's on his little fantasy football list, what he has going on. Alrighty, so regarding hazard pay, RTA frontline workers can receive up to $2,000 in hazard pay. The New Orleans Regional Transit Authority announced Thursday that all frontline employees will receive $2,000 in pandemic pay or hazard pay over 2 installments. The covered hours are worked from March through June and then July through December. These payments are in addition to the employee's regular pay and the 80 additional hours of paid leave, which was provided earlier this year to employees for pandemic-related absences. So that works out. Now, I was reading as well, a lot of people have this big thing regarding child support, like, hey, if child support took it, or even what happened. So a writer wrote into North Carolina, and he says, if you are asked, when the state takes the money out of a person's stimulus check for back child support, where does that money go? So according to the North Carolina Child Support Services, federal law dictates how monies received by a state child support agency under the federal tax refund offset program are distributed, which I told you, like, some states were doing where the mother or father would receive the money. So it just depends on your state. In North Carolina, federal tax offsets are applied first to assigned arrears or arrears owned by the state. So, or then arrears owed to the family. So it says if there is money that is owed to the state, such as like SNAP benefits or WIC, well, not really WIC because that's free, but more than likely like food stamp benefits, then it says the state will receive their money first. So if you owe anything to the state, they're going to get their money first. Then it says the remainder money will be sent to you up to the amount of the assigned that is owed to the non-custodial parent. So it'll go to the state first, what you owe, then it goes to the non-custodial parent, and then after that it will go to you. So it's pretty much, it says the amount of money you are entitled to receive will depend on a number of factors. It includes the amount of the stimulus rebate payment intercepted, so the amount of your stimulus, the amounts owed to you in your case, the number of child support cases in which the non-custodial parent owes child support for you. So that was regarding the child support. Now I'm interested to see for this bill, when the HEROES Act was passed by the House, they stated that child support, that you would still be able to receive a stimulus payment in this go round. It will all depend on what the negotiations come out. One thing that they are not negotiating, guys, is the student loans, which, you know, when the House submitted their long list, it was for $10,000 in student loans. So it doesn't look like student loans are going to get discussed, as well as I'm looking still for the EBT. So a lot of people I know in there was the 15% increase, and then instead of you're able to get $16, that it will go to automatic $30 for EBT benefits. That is not being discussed. The priorities right now are direct payments to the Americans. Of course, they want this payroll tax, but it's probably not going to happen. And then also like children, state and local governments, for lawsuits. They have a lot of different things, but honestly, student loans are not making the cut, and I'm super sad. But that's all I have for today's news. Please like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in each and every day. Thank you. We've been down like 4 flats now for the past about 100 days, 120 days or so. So it's no different. Hopefully we can get our payments a lot quicker and it will not take this long. Let me know, what do you think about the $1,200 stimulus payments? What do you think about unemployment? What do you think about them taking for child support? Let me know down in the comments below. You always do. And you have a great and happy Thursday. Bye, guys.